power over spice is power over all. This line opens Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 and highlights a core element of Frank Herbert's saga. The Spice Melange, the most coveted substance at the heart of the story, represents unparalleled influence and control. It is through the remarkable journey of Paul Atreides that the full significance of this treasured resource is realized. In this video, I'd like to explore the true power of spice and how Paul Atreides wields it to bend the Imperium to his will. Melange, commonly known as spice, is a rare and valuable awareness spectrum narcotic found exclusively on the desert world of Arrakis. In an interstellar society that has long since rid itself of reliance on thinking machines and all computing technology, humanity turned inward to advance their own natural talents. The spice proved crucial in the continued advancement of society. Consumption offers numerous benefits, including an extended lifespan and heightened mental awareness. However, there is a heavy price for such benefits, as it carries highly addictive properties with potentially lethal withdrawal symptoms. Beyond these general physical effects, spice has become indispensable to powerful organizations like the Bene Gesserit and the Spacing Guild. Without Melange, the Sisterhood's Reverend Mothers could not perform their powerful feats of observation and human control. By changing a fatal dose of spice essence within themselves to be non-lethal, they can achieve heightened mental awareness and unlock their bloodline's female ancestral memories. Without Melange, the Spacing Guild's navigators could not foresee safe paths across space. Apart from their addiction to it, the Guild's monopoly on space travel depends on whether the spice continues to flow. Spice is made even more precious, as those seeking to profit from it must brave the treacherous elements of Arrakis to attain it. The planet is home to the great and monstrous sandworms, who attack at the slightest vibration and encroachment of their territory, like dragons guarding a treasure hoard. The control of spice thus is a key element in the struggle for power, with its scarcity and indispensability making it a linchpin of the Dune universe's economy and politics. In regards to the amount of people who rely on this drug, Frank Herbert wrote, "Without Melange, billions upon billions of Imperial citizens would die of addictive withdrawal." Additionally, if the flow of spice were to cease, the repercussions would extend far beyond mere withdrawal deaths, spelling calamity for numerous worlds across the known universe. Therefore, it is essential that the spice continues to flow unhindered in order to uphold the operations which preserve stability, order, and functionality throughout the Imperium. By far, the most openly powerful organization in the universe of Dune is the Spacing Guild, boasting an unchallenged monopoly over interstellar travel. Their wealth and influence surpasses the combined resources and power of the entirety of the Landsraad. Without the Guild and their navigators, each star system would face isolation, forced to rely on antiquated FTL travel methods, inevitably grinding all commerce and trade to a halt across the cosmos. The Guild's biggest weakness lies in its addiction to and dependence on the prescient powers of spice, the harvesting of which is performed by the Imperium. Conversely, the Empire's greatest weakness stems from its reliance on the Guild. This interdependence highlights a delicate balance of power where each entity's strength is tempered by its reliance on the other. Therefore, the ability to exercise total control over the spice would grant one the ability to exert influence over both the Spacing Guild and the Imperium, effectively bending these formidable entities to their will. Such control over the coveted resource would translate into unparalleled leverage, allowing manipulation of the very pillars upon which the universe's power dynamics rest. In Villeneuve's Dune, Paul's power over the spice is altered and streamlined compared to the intricacies of the book. In the film, his control is manifested through a direct threat to use nuclear warheads on the spice fields. Therefore, it can be said that Paul's power over the spice, in large part, stems from the possession of the Atreides family atomics, a resource also held by numerous other prominent houses. However, in the book, Paul's mastery over the spice emerges from his understanding of its intrinsic connection to the sandworms. Unlike the film adaptation, which overlooks this crucial link, the book explains that spice is a byproduct of the sandworm's life cycle. Hence, the disruption of this cycle is pivotal in attempting to halt spice production forever. What the film did establish well was the power that the Fremen had to threaten spice collection through their strategic assaults on the spice harvesters. Consequently, Paul's dominion over the planet through force translates into a practical control over the spice. Despite the simplification of spice lore in the film, Paul's ability to regulate access to this commodity is undeniable. In the book, following his victory over the Harkonnens and the Emperor Sardaukar, Paul seizes authority and ascends to the throne. From this position of dominance, his first move is to assert control over the Spacing Guild, thereby consolidating his influence not only over Arrakis and the Fremen, but also over the entire domain of interstellar space travel. Paul threatens the Guild with the annihilation of all spice production through the disruption of the sandworm's life cycle. The Guildsmen, with their prescience, clearly see Paul's ability to accomplish this, and as a result, they have no choice but to submit. This strategic move solidifies Paul's supremacy, granting him unprecedented command over both planetary affairs and the vast expanse of the universe beyond. Thus, Paul gained interstellar protection of his rulership by leveraging the Guild's monopoly on space travel. Thereafter, any dissenting factions or houses could effectively be isolated and disconnected from the wider Imperium, resulting in catastrophic loss of life through starvation or attacks from legions of Fremen warriors. In Villeneuve's film, Paul's claim to the throne is rejected by the Landsraad, leading to the start of a holy war against the Great Houses. Throughout the final act, the Spacing Guild remains conspicuously absent, which leaves this ending on a somewhat ambiguous note. In contrast, the original novel presents a much more definitive picture. The Great Houses are forced by the Spacing Guild to submit to Paul's authority, lest they be cut off from receiving spice, transit services, and trade goods. However, it becomes apparent that not all of the houses are happy to comply, as evidenced by the staggering loss of billions of lives in the interim between Herbert's first and second novel. Ultimately, when Paul gains power over the spice, it's undeniable. All citizens of the Imperium are compelled to yield to his authority, either through willing submission or through forceful suppression. Those who persisted in their defiance were forced to resort to clandestine strategies, seeking alternative means to wrest control from him or to compel him to relinquish his power. This marks the beginning of a covert struggle for dominance, as Paul's adversaries maneuver to undermine and destabilize his rule. The potential for the inevitable misuse and exploitation of such concentrated power underscores a central warning echoed throughout Frank Herbert's works, that the manipulation of a society's dependence on a singular resource could dangerously move it towards extinction. But I'm curious to know what you think of the power of spice. Is there a particular aspect of its importance and usage in the Imperium that you find most fascinating? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive content and perks. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.